Hello and welcome to the Merle Lock Podcast. I'm Merle.
And I'm Locke.
Set sail and low expectations for everything nerd, accompanied by a healthy, albeit shameful, helping to pointless banter, lack of focus, and quest to acquire knowledge.
And more.
And more. For today, we're going to talk about getting ready for vacation and what that entails, our feeling towards it, what our experiences are. And you said you wanted to share something, Locke, so why don't you go ahead?
I miss how things used to be. You know, when we were kids and we didn't have to plan it, we just went and had fun and that was it. Planning it is so much. And I'm never ever truly ready because I work all the way up until that point. There's not really a whole lot of prep time. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're leaving on vacation, do you like to wake up really early or do you just go, whenever we get to it, we get to it?
No, I have to be on top of it, man, because, okay, so it is absolutely anxiety inducing. The entire concept of leaving home for an extended period of time to go do something or another because you feel like, oh, I have to, this isn't okay, so we view vacation as being a break from reality, right? Or a break from our day to day. But something about it just interrupting that routine that we've made up for. The routine itself, that's comforting. I know what's coming. This is what I'm used to. This is what I do every day. And now I'm interrupting that because I feel I have to. I have to interrupt that, go to some place I probably really don't want to go, but I know I feel obligated to. The entire time I'm like, okay, well, this is nice. This is an adventure, everything's okay. But then I'm just waiting for it to be over at that point.
I like the fact that you're like, I have to do this. This is just something I have to do. Not the, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to go have fun. I can't wait to go relax. It's, oh no, this is just another thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because, the concept of talking about it and dreaming about doing this thing, yes, that in itself is pretty exciting. But then when it's time to do it in the preparatory phase, that's where things start getting a little shaky. Where I'm just like, do I really want to do this? Well, I've already bought the tickets or whatever. I already made the plans, already put the money forth. Now I'm obligated to do it. I've gone too far now. Now I have to follow through. That sucks, Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we're exactly on the same page on that. Because I plan it out where I'm like, all right, we are going to get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do this really early. We're going to get things packed up. Now, I start preparing in the night, right? That's when you start getting some of the things put together. But some of the other stuff, which can be tossed in last moment, your deodorant, shampoos, because you're going to use that in the morning, right? So toss them in the Ziploc bag, toss them in your suitcase, time to go. Hope you don't forget everything.
Yeah, you gotta have your Ziploc bags and stuff sitting on your sink so that in the morning after you brush your teeth. You don't want to forget it, so you want to have whatever you're going to pack it in sat on the sink.
No, it's the panic that keeps me awake in the morning, all right? Making sure I don't forget everything. Really gets the heart pumping, gets the blood flowing.
Yeah, do you make a list?
No. Not at all. I don't. I wing it. I usually put the list in my head. I say, these are all the things I absolutely need. The necessities are already done that night. Everything else waits. And if I forget something, hopefully it's not something too expensive that I can just buy while I'm out.
I always feel like the less money I spend while on the vacation, the better I've done. It's some kind of accomplishment.
Yeah, but that's a part of the vacation, right? Part of the fun. You don't want to spend beaucoup money, but you want to spend some money. It's part of vacation. You're spending money.
If you have money to spend.
Well, I mean, that could be argued about how much money I have to spend.
Right.
What's vacation without a little stress? I say as I'm pulling out my hair.
Yeah. I feel like the last vacation, I took my daughter on a little ski trip. I thought, okay, this will be a lot of fun, but it requires a lot of planning. There's a lot of uncertainties. We're going up into the mountains, obviously what's in the mountains? Snow. Snow's in the mountains. And I'm like, how is my car going to perform in the snow up there? And do I need chains because it was around the end-ish of winter, but there was still a lot of snow up there. I was keeping a watch, on the weather and the area that we were going to. There is like this CCTV camera that watches the strip of highway that gets really bad when it does snow. So I was constantly looking into that, making sure that the roads were drivable without having chains, because at this point we were a few days away from going on this trip and I still didn't have chains for my car because I got big old wheels, and I can't borrow chains from anybody that I know because nobody has as big of wheels that I do. So I held off on that. I was like, worst comes to worst, I'll kick it in 4 low and I'll just drive really slow. But I was having this anxiety around that and getting to the other side of that. And then it was the area itself. I was like, we don't have skis. I got to look into rentals when we get there. A couple nights before, I looked into these slopes that we were going to. They're like, oh, we don't actually have ski rentals on site. You'll have to go to another rental place in town and figure that out. I was like, oh, shit. Well, so I got to go to a different place. So I got to look on maps, see where that place is. And then I finally found a place and I was like, oh, we don't actually have public parking. I'm like, okay, well now I have to figure out where the hell to park, walk into town, try to get skis, and then carry all of the skiing equipment back to the hotel that we're staying at. And so I had to plan all that out, how long that would take, how much walking my daughter is willing to do, and how much gear I would have to carry, because obviously she'd be like, it's too heavy for me, Dad. Come on, can you carry all this crap for me? Be like, okay, well, whatever you want, princess.
You got the bags hanging out your mouth. You got the bag wrapping around your throat that's almost going to choke you out.
All these things I have to consider, and I'm just like, golly. Why can't I be married, and pass some of this planning onto somebody else?
See, I figured out part of your problem. You're doing winter stuff. I am not doing that. I am going to the beach. And this is the other thing, right? So when I was younger, we'd get to the beach and I was just like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do next? And I would always ask my mom, I go, what are we going to do next? And she'd be like, just relax. This is what we came here to do. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I want to go to the arcade. I want to go to the boardwalk. I want to go check out all the stuff that they're trying to sell to me that's also being sold at the shop about 3 doors down. Only this one's cheaper made. And this thing isn't called a Bulbasaur. It's a Leafosaur.
Leafosaurus, yeah.
Now, just preparing for things ahead of time. I feel the stress that they must have felt getting things ready in the morning. Me trying to get other people motivated to be like, come on, let's get going. You can sleep in the car. And I'm trying to just get up just enough energy to make it to the point, which is usually 4 or 5 hour drive. But I mean, I enjoy every moment of it. I just play my music. I enjoy the scenery and then go, I hope I can remember the way there. I have my GPS as a backup too, because you never know if you space out.
GPS has been a lifesaver.
A good thing we don't have to print out MapQuest.
No, well, I remember having the map and then having a sticky note with all the highways I'm looking for. That was always awful, those trips, because you have to be on it. You have to be keeping an eye out the entirety of the time. And then if you take a wrong turn somewhere or miss your exit, and then trying to figure out where you are.
That's it.
Good
Turn
Lord.
around. Got to try to find the way back. My thought process now is you got to get lost to be able to find yourself. And if I do miss my exit, I'm like, that's all right. Go a little bit further, see what's up there, see whatever name's on the sign and be like, okay, that sounds like that's northish. I don't want to go that way.
It's funny how you say it, like, it's all right, where in my mind, I would be like, it's all right. Everything's fine. No need to panic. Everything's good.
He's on the verge of hysteria.
I'm not mad.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. Everything's fine.
Oh, you got to keep yourself calm. There's no point in freaking out about it. And I'm like, you know what? Once we get there, it'll be okay. Get everything set up and relax.
I remember going on a vacation A lot of my family members were on this vacation too. It wasn't so bad. I didn't have to take any responsibility or anything, so it was pretty chill. But I remember when we got there, it was mostly just taking the little one around, trying to find things for her to do. We were hanging out on this boardwalk, and I was like, where can we get a drink? You know? And my sister-in-law's like, it's a dry town. I was like, are you fucking with me? I was like, I gotta watch my child have fun while I'm sober?
What kind of vacation is this?
Where have you taken us? Which I understand the entire idea of a dry town. It's just being dropped into one without realizing it. That's crappy.
I think the other thing is, too, I've just kind of learned to embrace whatever happens, is after the one time that we were on vacation, our tent got a hole in it. Then our air mattress had a hole in it. We were waking up fish tacoed almost every morning. We'd have to keep filling it up with air. And we eventually talked about it. We're like, should we just get a new one? I mean, we made the best out of our tent, and once it was all said and done, we're like, that's it. Threw it away, which actually allowed for a lot more space at the end of the vacation, which was nice. One less thing that I have to not worry about packing up. You just kind of put it all together and throw it in the dumpster.
I think the biggest thing, right, as far as it comes to my feelings towards going on a trip, is whether or not it's by yourself or other people are depending on you to be able to make it go smoothly. That's the biggest difference. If it was me by myself, then whatever, roll with the punches. Everything's fine. It's just me. There's nobody looking to me for answers. All I have to do is answer to myself. And that's all well and good. Or if you have a buddy with you, you're like, you know what, fuck him. If things don't go smoothly, I mean, it's on both of us. It's not just me. But if it's like, if you have a child or your significant other, and then you've planned it out and you're trying to make sure things go smoothly, and then you have all that pressure on you to ensure or maintain the facade that everything is going smoothly, even though in your mind you're panicking because you're like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to do anything. I didn't do enough research.
I've learned in my years.
Into your many years?
Yeah, after my many years, that's when I kind of handle it just a little bit better. Is other people panicking makes me go, you know what? It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could very well be worse. Yeah.
I could be panicking too. But you know what? We don't both need to panic. So I'm out there looking at that light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Pick that chin up, bucko. We're gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay. I mean, we have cell phones, we have money, we have transportation. There's nothing to panic about.
And then their cell phone battery dies, and whoa!
Bleep bloop. Fuck!
All right, everybody panic.
Everything's gone to shit.
This place is a madhouse.
Everything's on fire. If you enjoy the Merle and Locke podcast, please consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/Merle and Locke, or simply follow the link in the description. Thank you.